Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. I took a little bit of break. As we know, we were inside of very important cosmic holidays. We had Rosh Hashanah and then following the Yom Kippur, Sukkot, and now we just complete the Simchat Torah, which is completion of the energetical force of the Torah. Extremely important period of time. Each year we have the whole month of Virgo to prepare for this cosmic event. And then during this event, we're preparing ourselves for the year to come. We're connecting to our ancestral lineages. By the way, it's extremely important always to remember during the high holidays is the time when it's the best we can connect to our ancestral lineages. The work we do, it's affecting them, and the work they did in their lives, it's actually affecting us. We're all one. It's really important to remember. Therefore, right now, exiting from these marathons, spiritual marathon, we have to be very aware. I don't like to use word cautious, but in a way, maybe spiritually cautious. Everything, how we're going to behave, what we're going to say, because we gain so much light. We gain so much foil, spiritual foil. So we have to be so nourishing to all this energy we receive and to know how to distribute. And just to remind you, my channel, not necessarily for people who fall in stars and let the stars affect them. My channel is to help people to understand how to work with the sky, how really to control, how to move stars, not to let stars to control you, the creator, with the tools, with the information, with the so much knowledge from past lives and current lifetime. We are here really to become superior in this dimension, which is called Malchut. So just reminder to all of us, any information I'm going to share with you in this video or any of my other videos, always remember, this is the information which is it's up to us how we're going to use. Definitely the sky, what's happening in the sky, it's really powerful. There's a reason why creation wants us to go through a certain period of energetical forces. But the most important thing to remember, we are very powerful. It's really up to us how we're going to use our own wisdom, which is every time, remember, every time we receive knowledge, it's supposed to convert to wisdom. This is the whole idea, right? So just to refresh your memory about Mercury, guys, we're going to talk mainly about Mercury today, and I will give you just a small explanation and tips for all 12 signs. Now, Mercury, it's a really oily planet. It's the planet of your communication, consciousness, speech, skills, our mind. It's a really translator between moon and sun, right? So there's a reason why Mercury is placed under the sun. Ancients called Mercury the wisdom messenger, the scribe of the sun. So it's extremely important. Plus, remember, it's the fastest planet of the solar system. And therefore, sometimes it's lacking certain level of patience, especially signs who run under the Mercury, like Gemini and Virgo, but in different level. So to understand this energy and benefit from it, we can really look at the retrograde period as a homework, as they reassess things. It's almost like a homework. It's like we study, and 3 to 4 times a year, Creator wants us to come back, to sit tight, and to evaluate everything what is studied, to rethink. Now, 2 very important things I want to mention, then perhaps not every astrological channel maybe explain. It's really very important for you to know your chart. And you need to look at your chart and see if the period of time you're born, it was the joy in the Mercury retrograde or not. Why? Because if, for example, you're born during the Mercury retrograde, so whatever I'm going to explain for 12 signs, it's mainly going to benefit for you because it's your normal energy. This is the energy you're familiar with. This is something you're born with. So for people who born during the Mercury stationery, you're going to be affected much more by Mercury retrograde, more on the challenging side. So you really need to be more cautious and to have a little more to double check everything what you do. Another very important point, remember, my channel do not represent Western astrology. We're dealing directly with the sky, the true sidereal system, Babylonian and Mesopotamian. So what it's mean, I'm going to share, I always share with you the sky. It's not just for me, important for you to hear what I'm saying. It's important as well for you to observe together with me to understand when I'm directing you, when I explain about certain combinations, so you can see with your eyes. It's really healing to observe the sky. Remember, in the past, the only astrologer can consider to be astrologer is the someone who observed the sky, because it's not enough just discuss the degree and the sign. It's really important to understand what other stars connect to certain combination, because some stars, especially royal stars, can affect our life and can influence and give us certain traits of character more than actually planets. Therefore, it's really important to combine everything as a full picture. So another thing I want to mention about the rising and moon, definitely always check under sidereal or Vedic. A Vedic system has same calculation. Check your rising. If you do not know precisely your rising, check under your moon. Another thing I want to mention, if you're born at night after the sunset, for example, depends on what period of time during the year. If you're born after 6 p.m., sometimes sunset after 8 p.m., depends if you're born winter or summer. I do recommend mainly to check your moon, because you more person of the night person. You more connect to your moon and not necessarily your rising. Now, if you do know your precise your rising, and you're born after a sunrise, so definitely go with your rising. But both you can check as well, because rising represents your surround light, your ego, your action, and moon represents your inside world, inside your emotions. So just to check with yourself, just connect with yourself. It's really important, but definitely learn your own chart. It's extremely important to know in order for you to be more precise. So let's look at the sky right now, and let's look at the Mercury. We can see this beautiful Mercury here, and look what day I have here. Because everyone's saying Mercury retrograde and start on September 27 to October 17. Now, when it starts retrograde in Libra, and then on October 3rd, it's going to transfer to Virgo. So it's mainly Mercury going to be in Virgo. Now, but look at what's happened in the sky. It didn't, I put in the sky here September 29, not 27 even, and Mercury just now starting slowly retrograde. And look what's happened here. It's restarting retrograde period in 1 degree, and it's the very important degree in Libra. I just open and I look at the sky. It's connected to Spica, to the star Spica. Now, star Spica, it's extremely important star, by the way. This is the star of wealth, star of spirituality, star of nobility, and as well it's connected to the Arcturus bull, which is, and as well it's star of workers, of commitment. It's really, really important star. So Mercury started retrograde on very positive note. It's really important because remember, seat, it's extremely important. Plus, we during the holiday, we're exiting right now through tremendous cosmic event. So Mercury, in a way, starting with really good news for us. So this is really important star. So for us just to understand. And then what's going to happen, and again, remember, the retrograde really starting not at 27. I would say retrograde start even on 29 and 30s. I'm just observing sky together along with you. And look what's happened. We're moving right now. Now we're on October 1st. And only on October 1st, Mercury is showing more and more invisible. And it's showing finally. So we're going to feel Mercury retrograde, especially those of us who are born with natal chart stationary Mercury, not retrograde, especially you guys going to feel even more. Start already for tomorrow in October 1st. Now, what's really important to understand, until October 3rd, it's still going to be in Libra, right? And again, Mercury okay with Libra, because Libra very peaceful and peaceful sign. And even though it's going to activate a certain level of guilt inside of us, certain things we start to feel that we're not doing enough. It's possibility for us to feel, all of us actually, this way. And because of the star speaker, we're going to feel more inspired. We're going to feel that we're going to do something with our financial system. We're going to have new ideas how we want to make money. This is such a powerful star. It's literally going to they activate this type of energy inside of us now. And what's really not important to remember, because when retrograde start, the energetical force, it's going to be almost like we need to reset certain things, some unfinished business, some homework we need to come back, right? And then on October 3rd, let's go together to October 3rd. As the sky gators, so we really want to, to observe the sky. And look what's happened here. Now it's moving to Virgo. Now, we need to understand Mercury loves to be in Virgo. It's one of the best locations for Mercury because it's his own exaltation sign. And, it's usually, if Mercury will be here by himself, we're going to have actually amazing, successful period of time. But right now, look what's happened here. We're talking about tremendous stars, planets like Mars and Sun. Look at this conjunction, 6, 17, and 16, which is soon is going to be perfect conjunctions, literally with Mercury. And when it's such a powerful, they're going to travel together and Mercury going to dance between them, it's very powerful energy. And it's going to be all about Virgo. This period of time for the next 2 weeks, it's going to be all about Virgo. Especially the Virgos, I'm going to explain to you guys who born under Sun, rising, Moon or Sun Virgo, you're going to feel, guys, the most. But for all of us, what really, we need to really understand what really Virgo represent, right? It's extremely important. So Virgo represent our day-to-day life, our work routine, self-improvement, service to other people, our health, very important. This period of time, all 12 signs will feel that they need to do something new with their health. Especially after holidays, it's good to stay on cleansing and to detoxification. It's about nutrition. It's about your home pets, your closer family members, right? And it's about your employment, your coworkers, your duty. And it's actually a good period of time. If you ever thought to start a volunteering job, this is the time to start to volunteer. Because Virgo, it's all about service. Virgo, it's all about, in order for Virgo to balance with the judgment, because Virgo, we're all going to have this energy within us, because Virgo is very occupied in small details. Sometimes they are way too occupied of lack of other people, the traits of the character, what they do, and they lose in the moment how to be happy. So this is the message really, if you ask me, for all of us, right? So this is really, really important period of time, especially because we're entering right now from such a really tremendous cosmic event, especially those of us who really prepare for it and went through all of that and really reconnect with ourselves, reboot our energy. When we're going to enter through this time, to be in Virgo after, such a tremendous cosmic energy, we have to be very careful how righteous we want to play with others, right? So this is why it's important to remember. And Mars and Sun, they're going to play a big part with Mercury. We're almost going to feel we want to say more than usual. And because it represents speech, Mercury, we possibly can say tough things to some people because of the Mars, and we can regret. So please, guys, be aware of that. Think before you speak, just really to understand, because there's so much going on. I'm preparing video for months of October. October, very important months, and November as well, before we're going to have lunar and solar eclipses, which is going to affect us for the year to come for at least 6 months, some of us for 2 years. This is the period of time when we need to start to apply our knowledge like never. I'm going to explain in my video of from October. Now, let's go and evaluate all 12 signs. Let's understand how this Mercury retrograde going to affect. But again, remember what I said. When I'm going to tell you a short message for each sign in what house it's going to be, remember, if you're born in your natal chart with Mercury retrograde, it's going more on your positive theme. If you're born with Mercury stationary, it will go a little bit on more challenging side. Okay, so just you differentiate how you want to get this message. And remember, Mercury, even though it stopped retrograde on 22nd, it's going to stay in Virgo on 28. So we're going to feel this energy still until October 28, because it's going to from 22nd to 28, it will stay stationary. And it's going to be actually in degree of 16 degree in Virgo. It's actually creativity in writing. It's a very important combination, and it's called Winder matrix. Yes, right arm of the Virgo. So it's actually right arm of the Virgo is going to be on 16 degree. So a lot of us will want to put things in writing, and actually writing skills can be improved tremendously with such a big help. Okay, so we're going to start with Virgo. We have Cancerians. My dear Cancers, the social worker of the world. This time you have Mercury retrograde along with Mars and Sun in your third house. So what is the third house? It's all forms of communication. It's the house of the Gemini. So you in Gemini, you exchanging constantly, right? You exchanging with each other the energetical force. So there's a reason, by the way, why Cancer represented by two letters created by Hat and Tet. And this is the two letters came from Gemini and Taurus. So you guys have the energetical force of both signs of Taurus and of Gemini. You're very powerful Cancerians. So what is the really Mercury retrograde again? It's all forms of communication. It's your car, by the way, transportation. And if anything can break, pay attention, focus on your, on material sense of anything connect to mechanics as well. You may feel like your mind is very busy, unusual way, right? So sometimes Mercury transiting here can increase worry in nervous system. So don't go there, because you're already sensitive, you already feel other people energy, you feel energy of universe. So and now you're going to have additional thing will come to your mind. So learn how to everything what I said right now to Gemini. Definitely listen to Gemini. I feel because Gemini going through your own house, you really need to always to understand yourself, your foundation, before you can understand the other sign house, right? On the deep level, you are working through what you know, right? So confusion may mean you need future information. So instead to feed the confusion, to do the research, take more information if it's connect to your social environment, because third house, your siblings, by the way, very important. Don't fight with your siblings. See if you can reach out and be the first to negotiate, because sometimes, what's happened with Cancerian, because the home and the family so important. Many times they born not really functional families, in the sense of some conflict, some not stability. There's a reason why cosmos giving to us an opposite of the energy we're seeking for, we're lacking in order for us to gain this energy. Okay, so remember that it's the third house. It's about research. It replaces it's so far, so to say, to replace the battery inside of you. It's really Mercury energy, right? Because Mercury came from the third house. So watch your speech as well, very important. Because if you feel certain things and you will be sensitive, don't put your frustration on other people. Extremely important on the third house. Okay. By the way, again, very important to check your car, repair your car, check the tires, it's a very important period of time. Check your car, everything, oil, water, because when the third house, it's about your car. So really important to check the mechanical things you have in your house, and as well the things you personally using. What else? Definitely most important for you is to control your mind for the third house, and not to give too much energy and credibility for many thoughts, because many thoughts it's not really belong to us. They just the one of the main things as a spiritual being for us to understand what Baal Shem Tov, one of the greatest tzaddikim, righteous soul, was used to live in 16th 17th century. He is one of the highest souls came to this world. He used to teach young students the importance of understand of real war we came to fight in this dimension. It's called War of Gog and Magog, War of our thoughts. So this is the good reminder for you guys, okay? Just to make sure you remember that. And again, because you're such an amazing sign and you have so much love to give, make sure you will use this opportunity to share more with others, to volunteer. Volunteering is very healing for you, by the way, in general. So if anytime I have my clients, my students who has a strong planets in the sign of Cancer, I always tell them, first see how much you can go outside your comfort zone and give to other, because it's your nature. This is something make you happy, more happy than for you to receive for yourself. Okay, just remember that. I wish you many blessings, my dear Cancerians. All the best. Bye bye. And the last, okay, my dears, I want to thank you for spending all this time with me. What can I tell you? This month, upcoming months, it's really amazing months. I will make another video, but right now, one of the major theme for months of October is definitely Mercury, Mars, and Sun working together. And the way how you're gonna control them, this is how much they're gonna affect you. Remember that you're very powerful. You're a creator, you have a spark of creator within you, and this is big responsibility and big blessings in the same time. Okay, thank you so much for your time, guys. All the best. Bye bye. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel.